What's up, everybody? We was just regrouping backstage before we started, but welcome out to the Ready to Love panel. I'm joined again by Lex Royal and PO. You know me, I'm Tyrone from Ready to Love DC. We're gonna discuss episode 11. This is what the episode after the house. You know, it goes down in the house. And they're going to meet some of the family this week. So let's talk about it. Lex, PO, you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Hey, it's your girl Lex Royal here, Ready to Love group admin. What is so funny?
Nothing.
I could introduce myself, but why bother? You already know what it is. Let's just get into it.
No, Ty, we need a sidebar because you was laughing before you started. Still laughing now. What is going on?
No, I'm in a good mood. That's what it is. Yeah.
That pool party.
It didn't happen.
What you mean? Yes, it did.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. And I might it's still 50-50, but I might do something. I might do a reunion party here instead of in Philly.
Hey,
stay tuned. I've been chopping it up. We're gonna see. We'll see.
Yes, sir.
Give me another week to decide. But back to the show, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. We are gonna have some fun as we try to close out the show before we get to the reunion.
Yeah, I seen somebody say hi. I don't know. I didn't catch the name.
I think I caught it. Tina Bree. And
hey, Tina.
Taina and Tina.
How are you?
Be sure to chime in. We definitely want to hear your thoughts and comments as we talk through the different scenes.
Yeah.
I would start with the Fellas Lounge, but that was quick. Only thing Tommy wanted to do was get everyone to bring their family in. So we start off with Kiara meeting Jay's family. And I feel like they start off tame and then they slowly but surely bring the drama in. So what y'all think?
I like seeing the demographic with the mother and the father. That was cool. So I really love that.
Slides? Was Jay wearing slides though?
Yeah, I guess because he was at the house. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I guess maybe because it was his house, he felt it was cool. But if he was going to her house, then what is that? That's the outside of the house. I don't even remember seeing it. Oh yeah.
Jay wears slides.
Jay gives no. He does not care. He does him. I did a live in the group with him too.
That's what's up. What we think?
I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, his people's, was pretty direct. It was a cool scene. Nothing really, too hardcore about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The family be letting the cat out the bag, though. Because sometimes they can't help themselves. They said something about his attention span and all that.
Ooh.
They said something about what?
His attention span.
Oh, yeah. They did say that.
Yeah, I caught that.
Run that back. I forgot what they said.
He got a short attention span. How you going to keep that attention?
Yeah, and he even admitted it, too. He said, I got a short attention span.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. And another thing I noticed with him, I feel like he be getting a little defensive in the conversation. Like every little thing she say, like he'll question. He'll be like, "Huh? What? What'd you say? What that mean?" Instead of just going with the flow. Just every now and then I catch it.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I thought it was cool. I thought it was straightforward. I'm pretty sure this wasn't the whole conversation, but they got them asking the pertinent questions. They both have kids. They're gonna try to get them together. So we moving along.
Yeah.
Do you like them two together?
I mean, as far as the couples that are left, yeah. They did seem like they had a strong bond from the beginning. She did also admit to having to work on her communication. And she got the thumbs up from the family too. So
I mean, you know what? That's funny that you said that because I did want to ask, right? Have we ever seen a family member meet? Like, okay, I noticed that if they bring two, they pick one. But if they bring one, has anybody ever said, nah, throw them back? Like, they usually be like, okay, you know what I'm saying?
uh-huh.
Am I lying?
No.
I'm trying to think. Maybe for the guys, though, not for the girls. Maybe for the guys. And that's probably because I think one of the fathers was a little overprotective. You know, and he's like, I could see some player genes in him or something. I don't want to call nobody out, but I think I do remember that.
Okay. So he didn't pick, it was only one person that he met and he didn't like?
I think so, but you're right though. 'Cause I don't think they would even air that if it went bad.
Yeah, even for TV, it's just like, oh yeah, but you know, when you get off, it'd be like, nah, you know.
Yeah, I think matter of fact, I think Sean's went bad. Sean met Sabrina's
Okay.
Wait, Sean, he met her peoples?
He met the family.
Oh
and
shit.
Not to get him started, because if he hears it, he's gonna explain his story 100 times. You know.
Oh, I never got that story, but that's cool.
They was calling him Tommy for a while because he had no job. Well, he's really a.
Well, that should make Cisco feel better. See, Cisco, you ain't the only one who ain't got no job.
Well, but Sean was actually an established actor, and
yeah, he's in the swags and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh.
He calls himself a chantrepreneur.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This the older gentleman, right?
Yeah, but you could see Sean in commercials and with the Ravens and TV and movies and all that. He getting there.
I'm gonna have to visit his page. I don't think I posted him in a long time.
So we good on Kiara and Jay?
I think so.
Yeah.
All right, next up, I'm just in a good mood. Next up, we got
I need the story for that.
Rose meeting Hussein's family.
We there already?
Yeah, that was the second scene.
Damn.
Yes. So she was saying that she's closer to Hussein, but still leaving the door open for Cam. Angie showed up.
I didn't like that. I think that they should have met one by one. But let this play out because I'm gonna show you something. Oh damn!
So, I know you're gonna talk. Are you gonna mention Angie's walk-in?
What happened to Angie's walk-in?
It just feels like she just walked in and just took over. You know, energy, everything.
Well, okay. So, did you have something to say? I could wait for mine because mine might sound a little petty.
That was in my notes. I said, "Damn, Angie is just taking it."
Okay, so here's the thing. You see, when Rose walked in, none of the guys got up. Is that a thing? Like, are the men not supposed to get up and greet the woman? Because I mean, you hugging.
They may have done that and cut that.
Yeah. Sometimes you're mic'd up and the cameras are set. And sometimes when you get up and you sit back down, you don't sit back down in the same spot.
Okay. Hold that thought. Run Angie walk in.
It looked quick. It looked quick as hell.
Okay, run Angie's.
It's coming. So the other thing about this is that the crew would know. I'm sure Hussein probably done had a conversation with the crew. So the crew is going to react differently to the info that they have.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, if that was me, I would have walked the hell out.
Why? Because they didn't get up? She
Yeah.
hugged Cam, right?
Huh?
I think she hugged Cam. It's been a couple scenes
This
I
ain't.
watched where they didn't get up.
We talking about this particular scene right here where she's meeting the brother and the cousin. She walks in and nobody gets up. I mean, me personally, I don't even know if I would really hug people I don't know. You know, maybe I don't really know. I would have to. I don't know. But it's just okay. Let's see. Then she came in with a drink, so she was gonna sit. Was she sitting in the back or something? All right, look. Up. Next one.
He's in a
Up.
yeah.
So how they get up for Angie and they ain't get up for Rose?
Yeah. Let me see. That's Fernando. Oh my gosh. Fernando, bruh.
What happened?
He trying to get me banned.
No, listen, I got you.
Okay.
Hey, everybody.
I can't see him. What he doing?
Nothing.
Enjoying life. Toast to the audience.
Always acting out.
P.O. with the fitted. I see you.
Okay.
That's what you wanted to call out though?
Yep. And then if you want, you could speed it up to the exit and let's see something again.
To the exit, huh?
Yeah, Rose leave first.
Uh-huh.
These the exits?
Yeah.
So you see they stood up again for Angie on the exit and still ain't stand up for Rose. So it wasn't the microphones.
It could have been the way that they said, you know, like when they come in or whatever, because the positioning and all of that stuff, and they already have the cameramen on the angles, so they don't want to move them. You've been on set before.
Yeah,
you know
or hear the floor scratching from the moving the chairs and all that.
Right.
So how was it? Nah, whatever.
Don't read into it. Don't read into it.
Yeah.
I did, and I said it to her. I had her on a live. We actually talked for like 4 hours. It was a crazy live, but I said it to her. I was like, "Damn, why they didn't stand up for you, but they stood up for Angie?" She's like, she don't know. She's like, maybe they heard something. I said,
And then they walked out arm in arm, Angie and Hussein.
I can't hear.
Can't hear me?
All right, now, yeah.
Yeah, him. They walked out arm in arm together.
Who was that?
Leaving Angie and Hussein.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, at this point, as I'm watching it, I felt like the energy shifted. I don't want to say it seemed like Rose gave up at that point either, but it seemed like she conceded to Angie at that point. Because her exit was kind of quick, but I know it'd be like that sometime on set.
I think she did say that they kissed after they exit, but it was a two-side story. So it was like a guilty kiss, but then she was like it was a goodbye kiss.
Yeah.
A kiss is a kiss.
Yeah. But the conversation about her son's father came up.
Yeah, let's dig into that one.
Yeah, and they did the whole sound effects and everything. So clearly,
I didn't peep it. What was the sound effects?
Clearly, the producers wanted us to recognize the moment,
right?
But I had some questions about it. One was, I can understand not talking about it, but not knowing that amount of detail. And then Cam didn't even know either. Like they treated it like it was news to Cam as well. So I'm like, what the hell do y'all be talking about? And why not take it a step further? You know?
Yeah, because that was shipping the question at some point, like the relationship with you and your baby father. You know, how does visitation work with your child? Those are like common questions when somebody has children and you guys are talking.
Yeah, like it's rarely quick where you'd be like, he ain't around, and then you just leave it at that. You know, like there's normally a follow-up question or two or three.
Like, what happened?
Or four. When was the last time you saw him? When he coming back? You know, what's their relationship? You know, that would be stuff I would want to know. How close are they?
Like, am I walking in to be a stepdad? I'm walking in to be a dad. You feel me?
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Like, yeah. But, you know, he's 17 now, so, you know,
right now, I think he's 18, and I think the dad's supposed to come out when he's 18.
Okay, yeah. Well, he an adult now. You know what I mean? So,
but Daddy might want to get back at it.
Yo, freeze Rose daddy, yo. Freeze Rose daddy, yo.
With the kid, I would support that. You know, if I was the child's father, I would support that.
No, he might be trying to tap back on, you know what I mean? Tap Rose on the shoulder like, yo, what's good? Daddy's home.
She kept saying there was no way, but I don't know.
Right. So that's what I didn't understand. So when she was saying that it's not going to happen, does it mean that she ain't going to let it happen, or he not going to approach? Do you know what I mean? Meaning like I can say no, as opposed to I know he ain't even going to try me. Because I think there's a difference.
Good question.
You all right, Lex? I missed the whole 4 hours. I know Lex had a 4-hour convo with Rose in the Facebook group. You want to talk about it for a little bit?
Not really. It's like, no,
okay.
You know what? I mean, it got really spicy. Like, you know, she talked at first, and you know what I did? It's funny because like I literally took all of the questions that people were asking in the group over the episode, and I basically asked every single question. Like I walked it completely out. And yeah, it was some shit. And then at the end, Hussein wanted to share his piece. So then they got on, and then it got kind of hot and arguing and stuff. And I told him at the end, I was like, even though they ended up arguing or whatever, that I really liked it because, you know, a lot of people turn around and they say that there's no connections on the show, there's no love on the show, and you could clearly see that something was trying to be there. Something was trying, you know what I mean? And even though it might have went wrong, it went south, but you could tell that it was really real between these particular people. I'm not saying that sometimes the cast might not have somebody who has an ulterior motive or whatever the case may be, but whatever the fans is always looking for, they found it in these two.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they were displaying the true essence of the show, right? Like if fans wanted people to carry it with intention, carry their journey with intention, I think they were good representatives for the women and the men on how the fans would want people to be, you know, intentional about their journey. And it was working.
And, you know what's crazy though is like last week, you know, talking about when Taye, you know, felt a kind of way because he wanted to wait 4 years to have a child. We were all like, what was the big deal? You know, I mean, why is she so mad and you know, whatever. But this time, when it comes to Hussein and Rose, we're like, should have told him. Should have been told her. You should have been told him. You know what I mean? You should have known ahead of time. So you kind of see the difference between what looks fabricated to what looks real. You feel me?
Yeah. In my opinion, it just felt like it was more to it than just that bit of info. You know?
What
for
part?
that? This is just my opinion. I don't think that specific bit of information about withholding the fact that your child's father is incarcerated is a deal breaker. So you could probably ask Paul and Fernando's opinion, but from what I was seeing, for it to be a deal breaker, I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Well, you know what? It's funny because I've been asking a lot of guys, right? And you do have some that they don't really care. You do have some people that say that the boy is 17 years old. You do have some people that want to know, because they want to know what they're getting into, right? So me personally, I think that it is important, especially if the person is in jail, because I mean, anything can happen from somebody that's in jail. And I'm going to even insert a little sidebar of something that we have been seeing on the news. I don't know if you've been paying attention to it, but there was a woman that was gunned down outside of her son's school by her baby father and his new baby mother. You understand? Like he literally had his baby mom in a headlock and the other one shot her, right? And killed her right outside of school, right? So to me, and he had a restraining order on him. So can you just imagine, it could, that, you know what I'm saying? Like you putting yourself in somebody's drama. You know what I mean? Like you definitely need to know some background information, what's going on, whatever the case may be, because you never know.
So let me give it to you from a perspective of somebody that lived that life. So my ex-wife had a son before we even had kids. So I pretty much raised her son. I knew him when he was 1 year old. And, we lived in the same house for about 16 years. His father is calling from jail. Now he's in jail for all kind of shit. He calling from jail talking about, when I come home, I'm going to kill your man and all this other shit. And so I told him, I'm like, well, when you get out, you let me know where I can come get killed at, and I'll be there. Because I'm like, I'm not giving nobody that type of power. Fast forward, I see the guy at a bar. He comes home. I see him at the bar, and he's looking at me all stupid with a little stupid smirk on his face, like he didn't want to do nothing. But then when I leave, he's calling her, talking about, oh, I had him in my sights. Now, instead of this man saying, you know what, bruh, I appreciate you making a man out of my son, and taking up, standing in proxy for me where I couldn't be there. I got to deal with this dude calling my phone, talking to his son, disrespecting my house, disrespecting me and all that shit. I'm not trying to deal with that, because at the end of the day, you got to think of it this way. I have no ties, no care in the world with regards to this man. And if I do something to him, it's going to affect his son and my relationship. You understand? So it becomes this whole umbrella of, do I want to defend myself just to be in a relationship with this woman and having all of this additional BS that I got to manage now? Or do I just want to have a relationship without the nonsense? So you should be saying, up front, what's good.
Right.
Yeah. And that will require some follow-up questions, like how many relationships have you been in while he's been locked up? How has he acted in those previous relationships? Is this something that I got to worry about?
Exactly.
I think some follow-up questions should be had.
I think that I think that, I don't know, like I ain't gonna lie, today in this day and age of what's happening out here, I think I would more walk than try to get all of the information. Or if I was even a man, like that's like you might as well just knock her off real quick and exit. Like don't even share, like don't even sit there and try to make sense out of it, because she could say one thing just to get you in there and then it'd be something else. Like, is it worth it?
Okay, but what if it was flipped? Let's say you had the situation handled, right? You're the woman. You have the situation handled. It was a terrible time in your life. You don't push through it. You don't even like to talk about it, but you good now. And you don't even get a follow-up question. You just get a walk away.
I'm gonna tell you
You
something.
know?
As a Jamaican, right? One thing we can say that we done with our men all the time. It be the men that end the relationship. The men have to be like, he done.
True.
You understand?
True.
So she could be like, oh, I don't want him, this is that and the other. And that man come knock on the door like, yo, you understand? So, and then at the same time, like, let's be for real. You know, you do have a lot of women that, I mean, they be on bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the man, he might know all of her touches, or she might turn around and just she claim it's closure, but then when he come in, they might start having sex or something, or I had to get my back child support or something. I don't know about y'all. I don't want no person to keep it.
Listen, there's a thing where most men, and I mean, I'm not even going to question the two other fellas on here, but there's a thing where most men that have been with women in their past where they can easily get back in that door. No question. Easily.
Yo, listen, sorry, we need a commercial break because I need to know what the hell is so funny over there with Ty. Is somebody giving you head under the table? Somebody sucking your dick under the table? No.
Lex.
This is too much giggling.
I'm just saying, end of the day, you know, if you are a half-ass decent dude and you had, you know, some half-ass game, you can pretty much end your relationship and give it 2 years, maybe even 3, 4, and you see that person and you be like, yo, you know what it is. And they like, And they might look at that ring on their finger and they pause in their mind like, damn, it might be worth it. Who knows? And I mean, we're not just the magical 3 people in this world. We just are not. I'd love to be, but we're not. And so if most men can do that, right? then that means that every woman really can be, be vulnerable at any time, depending on who was what. So that being said, you have somebody coming home from jail, and then when you have a child with a woman, you elevate just enough because she knows all that passion that she had to have to lay down and have that kid with you. And then it's over. Like, it's over.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think my only question was, there's no follow-up? Like you've been kicking it. There's no follow-up questions? No, you're just going to walk away because you hear incarceration. That's it. And I understand. We can all think of the negative stories and...
I think it wasn't because he heard that. It was because of the deception behind it. Because my thing is like this here. You gonna wait till I go get all in and then, drop it on like a bomb? Like we done talked about all kind of other shit, right? We done shared all kind of intimate details. How you like it do you like it from the back? You want to be on top?
Wow.
All this other shit. I'm sure they did that. And now you can't even just tell me, yo, this is the situation that you about to walk into. So by you not disclosing that, at the end of the day, tells me that you might get all kind of shit up your sleeve.
Okay.
Now, let me show you how it's so funny. Like I literally went back and watched this episode over because of the live. I don't usually interview. I don't really talk to people like that unless they request it. So I was like, you know what? Let me go back and check and really watch it. That's how come I got to see the brother not stand up and all that stuff, because now I'm analyzing it, right? So what I noticed with her when she was talking to the brothers, she brought up that she was in a relationship for 13 years, right? And then they also said, after she said, oh, I look back and realized I didn't know that man. So now I'm sitting here thinking like, it seemed like she get with people and she don't be asking nothing and she don't talk about nothing. You know what I mean? Like she really be like, I don't know. Like it's kind of weird to me, but then I did ask her about it on a live and she said that was wrong. It was cut. But we already know mouth make to say anything. And now that somebody catching you on the shit, you know, you like, oh no, it was an edit, it was an edit, it was an edit, you know. But also too, in her defense, she said that her and Hussein did not get to talk that much. She said that he didn't really have time to talk on the phone. They only seen each other at the place. So then I asked, I said, well, then how did he get to your top if, you know, if you weren't really talking to him on the phone? That doesn't really make any sense to me, you know? And then she was like, you know, I guess for how the process works, you know, however you feel. So I'm me personally, I think it's just a sexual attraction between the two of them, and both of them have it. So she flirting with him, he flirting back. So because of that, I think they feel like it's chemistry and it's reciprocal. You know what I mean? And she also said that she talked to Cam more. So I said, well, why wouldn't you put Cam in the top? She said the reason why she never put Cam in the top is because Cam was undecisive with the three women. You know, so because Hussein was only locked in on her, even though his communication wasn't that great, he was the only one that was really intentional and locked in and stuff like that. So that's how come he remained her top. So in her defense, she said that they really didn't have a lot of communication and stuff like that. Because I did ask her, I'm like, well, what's Hussein's favorite color? She ain't know. And I'm like, well, what he like to eat? She ain't know. So I'm like, you know, I don't know.
Hussein was so worried about his stocks and bonds, he couldn't dedicate no fucking time to her.
Yeah, I mean, he admitted
401k and all that other shit.
Yeah, I think he admitted to being non-communicative, and Rose wasn't the only one that said that either. So,
yeah, Angie said that, right?
Yeah.
He had other shit going on, man. Like, you know, you gotta get this money. Shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I had notes.
Yeah, I think that you know, Rose holding out or whatever was a bad look. And I mean, you know, if I was to give her advice, I would simply tell her, yo, you have to, you know, be upfront about your people's, like, you know, what's going on and where you stand. Let people know so that they can make the choice, because they have to, you know, like, you made a whole child with this man. So he's always going to be somewhere lurking in the picture, whether it's him sending letters from jail, whatever, or phone calls or whatever. So, you know, you got to be transparent, you know, because otherwise what people's going to do is be like, yo, I'm just going to try to, you know, crack that thing, man, you know, and keep it moving and grooving, you know. I heard she had something. You know, I found out she had a nigga in the cut in the Bing, you know what I mean? So I'm just gonna do that, and then, you know, whenever he come home, I'm out.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, we anything else? So we got some comments. I'll try to put them up there.
Yeah, let's see what we got here.
Having a child by someone doesn't mean a meal ticket. And for us women, having children changes things. Sorry if I'm not going back far enough. I know y'all have been leaving these comments.
Hold on, go up to one to go to Africa. I'd like to talk about that just a tad bit.
All it takes is one time.
All it takes is one time to conceive a child. They may not have ever had a relationship. Now, this is the problem with women. You should be looking at sharing your body as if you could possibly be doing it with this person for the rest of your life. So if you're making dumb decisions like that, to part the sea and let homeboy, you know, do what he's doing, you know, without consequence, then, you know, that's on you. And, you know, those types of choices follow you. And so therefore, yeah, I'm going to judge, you know, a woman based off of that. You know, you just let that man kill it one night and you got a baby. Like, what kind of you just let anybody do whatever, huh? So,
and it did present as if they did not have a relationship, but on the live she said they had a relationship. So you know what,
Tyrone,
I'm leaving.
You see what he put up there?
No, what he
Oh,
say?
you gotta read the screen.
I said the views and opinions expressed by PO are those of PO and PO.
Mr. Politically Correct is back on scene.
Because he talking about making dumb decisions and stuff.
No, but that's real talk, though.
Mm-hmm. I got you.
That's real talk.
Oh, do you think the same thing when you have unprotected sex? Listen, if I have unprotected sex, the first thing I say to myself before I go in is 1 million. Is this worth $1 million? Because if the result, turns into a child, it's $1 million. So, if I feel like I don't want to lose $1 million, you already know.
And that's funny because I be thinking, do this man have the potential to give me AIDS?
That's what I'll be thinking about the worst. Like, is it worth dying?
Yes,
I could possibly die.
Well, I mean, when you're with somebody, if you're with that person, right, and that's your person or whatever, you should have already had, done all of whatever you need to do. Now, I mean, yeah, if you're in Vegas and you're just walking down the block and you see a little hottie on the corner, yeah, of course, yeah, I'm gonna think everything. Like, damn, if I shake your hand, am I gonna itch? Feel me?
Okay. So we good with Rose and
yeah, we good.
Relationships and
we good.
Unprotected sex and all that. All right, we got Taye meeting Cisco's sister.
Yo, why the group calling him Littlefinger?
I don't know what that means.
We put up a picture of him in some little bikini underwear, and he ain't got nothing in the front, so they calling him Littlefinger.
Oh wow! He had on the Hulk Hogan joints.
Yes, I think he do like bodybuilding.
Oh,
yeah.
And they caught him like that.
They like, now we see why he homeless.
He had to go Espanol secure with the sister.
Oh yeah.
Well, the only thing I'm gonna say about this, right, is that the sister was selling him getting married. Like, she's like, I really want him to be married. I really want him to be married. But then he come and say the whole reason why he didn't have any money and was staying in the room was because he got a divorce. So I'm thinking, like, you want somebody to run and get married so quick and he's still not even set up yet? Mm-hmm. Like that math didn't math to me. She really wanted him to get married as if he just out there and, never been married and he don't know what it's like to settle down and stuff like that. That's how she was selling it to me. I mean, it could just be for TV, but that's what I got.
Yeah. So, but the other thing is, if you see these cutscenes, like, you could clearly tell the time that went by just by looking at the different haircuts.
Yeah, that's the reunion. That's his reunion look. Go back. Yeah, there's a lot of time. His hair is up.
Yeah.
So they had him do a catch-up interview because he got way more hair and he got the goatee in the other joint.
Yeah.
Yeah, a few of them went back during the break.
Yeah. They probably called him in like 6 months later, like, yo, man, we need you to say some shit for us.
for this scene, for this date. Yeah.
And he looking like, man, I'm doing other shit. Like, what y'all want?
Yeah. I didn't really have a lot of notes. I think I remember saying something about him feeling some type of way about the subject coming up and Taye not standing by him. But I feel like it just came up because it was just part of the conversation.
Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot of nothing to say about this interaction. And I say that only because, hold on. I only say that because, it's one of those things where he's already married. This is like quite null and void. We know that they're not leaving. I mean, even if they left together, we know that there's nothing.
It wasn't real.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, I feel like it was a, you know,
like the video really. Let me find the right word. Like the change the perspective of everything that's going on right now because the video was posted. Yeah, got you. Lex, you good?
Yeah.
All right.
Ain't that like
we got
OBE?
Huh?
Fernando. Yeah.
Saying, isn't that like OBE at that point? The conversation is OBE at this point.
What's that?
Overcome by
Or best effort?
military, I guess military terms.
Oh. Or best effort?
What's OBE? This guy.
Overcome
Yeah.
by events. So
Oh.
basically, like, you know, we would talk about Cisco's situation, but the fact that he already posted the video, like, no point talking about it because of what he has done, kind of makes everything else irrelevant. OBE,
Yeah.
but I said military terms.
Right.
Yeah.
oh,
All right. All right. So if we're good on that one, not seeming to be really quick, we have Angie, Rose, and Sahara meeting Cam's family. And they all ended up liking Angie the best. Also, I noticed in the cutscene, Angie and Hussein are together in the promos.
Yeah.
So,
and during the promos, they don't put people together that end up at the end with each other.
yeah. So there ain't no confusion. But we could clearly see who makes it to the bridge, which is different from other seasons because they didn't show faces or.
Oh, sorry.
We'll
Can
get
we
there.
talk? Can we talk about this right here?
Yeah. We on it. What you got, Lex?
I thought it was real crazy how all of these women decided to talk about sex to his niece and his cousin. You clearly see that these girls are younger than him. Why did they feel the need to bring up any kind of sexual conversation with them? Am I wrong? Like, am I being like a prude? You know, like it was just so distasteful for me. Am I tripping?
No,
Yeah.
you're not tripping. I didn't think about it, but now that you brought it up, yeah, I probably could have waited.
Yeah, like look how young they are. Like, why are you talking about like, oh, when he come home, we gonna be having sex? Like, what? I mean, even though we know, and I'm sure they know, but that's no reason for you to sit there and say that to them. And that would you say that to his mom? Like, I don't know. That was just wild to me. But I'm old school, so
yeah.
And that's all I got on that. I just don't understand too why tell me if this is a thing for the show. Why are they making all of the people come at one time? Like, especially since this was the last meeting, I felt like, and I understand money and time or whatever, but I just feel like they should have did one at a time.
Yeah, they probably don't have time to rent out the place like that. But I had another comment. It just seems this is another season where, they make the women look worse than the men as far as having all these different options. And it just seemed like they're just waiting for the man to choose and decide. And I think it's just a bad look. I think it's a bad look. Yeah. Especially for me, I feel like at some point I would just walk away. I would be like, look, you got your Tuesday. If that, or be like, you know what? You ain't even got to decide. I'm out. If you don't know that you want me and you're going to risk losing all of this, clearly I'm in a good mood. Clearly. So what do y'all think about the date overall?
It was subpar, but then there's Sahara. Like, I don't know. I feel like I know what's going on with that.
Yeah. I've been saying from the beginning, like I feel like they go together, right?
Yeah.
And having to see Sahara just constantly just having to sit through it all, just sit through it, sit through it, sit through it. I gotta give her kudos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think.
What
Yeah.
was that? Africa says.
She said they didn't know that Angie had the potential to break the windows out of the car and the potential to slash his tires, and Rose may have been too mature for him. It was a waste of time. But you can still see that his family is saying that they like Angie better, and he's still using the right words about Sahara. Because like I said, I felt like they go together. He know they watch it, but still Cam can't help himself. I always say that. He can't help himself. He's gonna try to bag whoever's in front of him.
So because they said that, if I'm mistaken, that Sahara is more like his previous types, and he keep going back to it, is that like, I don't know, him being stubborn, or is Sahara really the right one? And he finally found it.
So, men have different hunting techniques, and you got a hunting technique that work, and you good at it. Maybe it's thrilling to you. Sometimes the hunt is more thrilling than the kill. You know how it is.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And you can find somebody that can stimulate your wild side or your mental side, or just something that's just different. You tend to lean towards that. Yeah.
And I think maybe in this situation, that might be where Rose seems a little different, because Angie seems like she has a little wild side to her. Sahara appeared to have a wild side to her, but maybe Rose was a little too mature for him and didn't have that spark he was looking for.
So I don't want to say this to make it sound bad, but it just, as a hunter, it was just kind of easy to date Rose. And sometimes a guy don't like that. And I know I shouldn't be saying that. I know it sounds dumb, but if you tell me all the things about you and you tell me what you like and what you don't like, and it's really not a lot for me to figure out, it's really not that stimulating. Only thing that's there for me now is your looks.
Mm-hmm.
Preach.
If you hear that, because she came on and she said every man that she's ever been with cheated on her.
Mm-hmm.
How does that make you feel as a man?
I feel great.
I would ask, what type of men are you going after? Are you going after men that have the ability to cheat?
Don't every man have the ability to cheat?
No, some men gotta stay and deal with that shit.
Some men don't cheat because they can't.
Right. Explain that to me, please.
A man. So you hear the saying, a man is only as faithful as his options. So she could be going after high value men that can cheat.
Right.
And like I said, if you put everything out there about yourself, you end up learning what you need to do to keep the job.
Right. So I make $1 million a year. You make $50,000 a year, and you're telling me that you want me to be faithful. And if I feel like it, I guess I could do that, but I don't have to, because I'm sought after.
Well, I don't mean to be rude, but the baby dad is in jail.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The other one didn't look high value for 13 years.
They still might have had that cheese, though. They could have had the bag.
So I mean, yeah, but it's
Listen.
still every man, like, whatever.
Okay, let's look at it this
I was
way.
just answering the question. I don't know nothing about her dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And there's a thing, you know, somebody said this to me years ago. If you ain't got no money, you better have a body. If you ain't got no body, you better have some money. Simple as that.
Well,
So, and therein lies where you now step aside and you're able to do whatever you want to do. Because if you got either one, you can do it.
Yeah. There was something else that kind of jumped out at me, and I think it was in one of the ladies' lounges, and it was a scene where I believe Rose was talking about her and Hussein's connection, or her and Cam's connection, and it just, they made it look like she was a little bit more naive than the other ladies, you know. And sometimes that could happen, that you just fall into it, and then it just makes it easier for the guy.
and scene.
Yeah. Guys are
I
just
mean,
dumb like that. You know, they just take advantage of a good situation, and sometimes they just don't realize that they had a good
Yeah,
woman.
but okay, so you got a naive girl. So okay, so let's do some math, right? So say you have a naive girl, so that means she's not of the world, and that means she's not on the street. But that means that she should be a good girl that somebody want to sit down and wife. No?
If they're in the wifing spirit, some of them.
Oh, so she not of the wifing spirit, and
No,
she
I'm talking
naive.
about the dude. I'm talking about the dude. If the dude is ready to wife up someone, then yeah, they would take
When I
advantage of
say
that.
wife, we not talking about holy matrimony. We talking about wifing as in keeping for a long time.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay.
I don't know, because I would want somebody that's actually has some street smarts to them. So if she's naive, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna play her because it's
But
not fun. It's like
yeah,
it's an easy game.
and I say this all the time. Guys are trying to find out if you have ever forgiven us for cheating.
Oh yeah.
Once we find out that you have forgiven the previous guy, we got at least one free pass.
I don't know. I mean,
So
I
never
guess so.
lie. If a dude ever ask you that question, lie.
I'm like, nope, never
Lie.
did, never will.
Be
And
like, he cheated. I left him right away. No questions asked. He was done.
oh yeah, because guess what? I'm not forgiving at all.
Pusan dog.
Huh?
I said Pusan dog. Pusan
Yeah.
dog not the
I
same
mean,
look.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Oh, true.
But
Yeah.
at the same time, I was just appalled at the statement. Like, every man that I ever been with cheat. Like, what? Like, did we get therapy? Like, I don't know. Like, that just was OD to me.
Yeah, I mean,
I
yeah.
mean, for real, all of it. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I talked to her. She seemed like a really nice person. I like her. I definitely like how she is taking her process, because she working the shit out the process, right?
Mhm.
But if you look at her math, you know, so you got this baby dad where it sounds like you wasn't never with him, because she keep on stressing that she was a single mother since the very beginning. You know what I mean? As if he was never around. But then at the same time, she turned around and she said that he be calling his son. So I don't know about that one. But then turn around, then you got the 13 relationship where you talk you talk to him for 13 years, but then you saying to yourself that you really don't know this man. But then at the same time, every ex cheat. Like, the math ain't really mathing for me, but I'm gonna leave it alone.
Listen, maybe the math is mathing, and the
Thank you.
dudes figured it out too.
Yep. The
They
math sounds
cheated
correct.
because they could. That's the simplest way to say it. We could. Either we're good enough to, or she's gonna allow it, or she just may be nice and may not see it and gonna catch it late. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We're not riding. It's not necessarily riding on Rose,
Who said that?
Michelle. Not necessarily riding on her. I'm just saying from a guy's perspective, Rose's personality type unfortunately, mainly only works for guys that are trying to settle down. For a guy that's not trying to settle down, most would just consider it an easy win. Not saying that Rose is an easy win, but that person, her personality type, the outgoing, she seemed like a slight hopeless romantic. Dudes know how to fall into that, and we just become who you want us to be. You know, unfortunately, it be like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Come through, Mr. Politically Correct.
Yeah.
Nobody could have swung that better than you. I appreciate you.
Yeah, so Lauren said, I don't know what her true personality type is at this point. Yeah.
Who don't know her true personality?
Yeah.
You'll find out.
Yeah, I mean, eventually they're gonna, you'll see it.
She do say that she got some tea to spill, so she's gonna end up going live after the reunion. So I can't wait for that.
Yeah, I think there was did she say she had like a show or a podcast or something that she was gonna do?
She said she was gonna do she was gonna do her own podcast, and she actually has a beard oil too. I forgot the name of it, but she got a beard oil. That's gonna be in the group.
Okay.
And then also too, sorry, sidebar, before I forget, just because I put out the beard oil, Jay's kids, because we talked about Jay earlier, I forgot, Jay's kids actually wrote a book. So I think they're like 13 and 7, and they wrote a book together, brother and sister. So that's cute. That's going to be in a group too.
Okay, that's what's up. We good on Rose meeting Hussein's family? I mean, not that. We passed that. We're past Taye meeting to Cisco's sister. We're talking about Angie Rose and Sahara meeting Cam's family.
Yep.
I would just say real quick as a disclaimer, we're not talking about Rose as a person. Talk about Rose, the character on the show, because the show is edited, so we're only going off what we see on the show, and that's it. So don't feel like we're talking about a person personally at all. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah. No, it's never. The thing is, too, man, you gotta understand, this is never personal. This is all about our analyzations of what we see, like the viewer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We don't, like, nobody's, trying to, dog somebody out or whatever. So we just go off of what we interpret what we see on the show, and that's that.
That's true. Right. But I also want to say something too, right? Like everything can't be sugar and spice and every fucking thing nice. Like, you know what I mean? Like there is some real shit out here, and it's real relationships and real things happen. We're not really saying that this is Rose scenario, but sometimes people who sound like this. Somebody who might have a baby dad that's locked up. Somebody who all of they so-called exes might have cheated on them too. So I mean, you use the information that's given to you if you can use it. If not, then let it fly. But it's not personal, but at the same time, you have to hear some real shit.
Yeah.
But the views and the whatever of Lex Royal is not part of, you know what I mean?
We got Cam and Sahara's date. Y'all want to see my notes?
Please.
My last bullet.
Share it with us.
My last bullet is I said Cam is bullshitting, but they kiss. That's.
But you know what? She got the most gifts out of everybody.
Yeah.
He stayed giving her something.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like this conversation kind of solidified what I've been trying to say the whole time, right? I know we had our opinions of Sahara, but Sahara kept it real the whole time. So I think from week 1 or week 2, I was like, listen to what Sahara is saying. Do you know what I mean? And that's what made me feel like they was already locked in And even though it didn't seem like it was locked in, I always felt like Cam wasn't going to walk away from Sahara on camera.
All right, can I call bullshit real quick? I just want to, set everybody up. I'm telling you all right now, Cam did not take his ass to the store and bought her all of those essential oils or whatever. Production brought that and gave it to him as a gift pack to give to her because they want to solidify, what the narrative of the story is. So don't feed into that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the same thing with the shirts too.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they do.
So I think they're just trying to close out their little character arc right now for the show. And
right.
But
have we ever seen Cam kiss anybody else? That was his first kiss, his only kiss.
And that's what made it. That's what made me. That's what said, okay, they playing in our face because first you got him kissing on her, talking about, yeah, it's me and you. And then now he's talking about, oh, I want to be with Rose. And then I'm confused and conflicted with Angie. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, like he still want to give everybody their time for some reason. I want to make sure we get our time. We get our time. I want to make sure we get our time.
Well, let me ask you, devil's advocate, right? You have 3 different type of women, right? Wouldn't this kind of be like the ideal situation for a man? Because really, technically, I think y'all do this in dating anyway. I'm sure maybe all of your girls aren't the same. And I know that different women might excite or attract different things in you, wake up different things in you. And you really just basically want to make sure, because eventually you do have to narrow it down and cut somebody out. So isn't this the true process of what this show is supposed to be?
Yes, when there's a clear winner.
Right.
And I think that's the problem.
Won't the clear winner be at the end?
I don't think anybody clearly stood out for Cam.
Oh. Somebody said that he was like Chaz of last season. They had Chaz, like he talked to one girl and left that girl and went to another girl.
Yeah, I think we mentioned that we thought some of it was just him being competitive, and I think he did solidify that in one of the men's lounges. But then I also feel like I'm trying to remember what happened in the lounge where he got to the point with Rose. He said it. He was like, once I saw them together, that was it. Once they shared a room, that was it. For me, that's really all I needed to see.
Oh, can we talk about something again without, it's not hate. It's just a part of the show where Rose was this was the elimination where Rose got eliminated, or was that last week? This was this week, right?
This is it.
Okay. Yeah. So it's funny because, and I guess they did it on her edit, right? Where she said in her thing, like, I'm not even gonna tell Cam unless he asks me.
Say that again? Who said this?
About the baby father. She was like, I'm not offering that information. I'm not saying it to him unless he asks me.
Mm-hmm.
You guys remember that?
Something like that, yeah.
You think that was right?
I mean, I think it would show some intent if he was to ask. I think it would also prove that the guys is talking, and technically, like.
But isn't that what you're supposed to do when you go into the men lounge? You talk and share.
You
stuff.
are, but what happens in the lounge is supposed to stay in the lounge. You're not supposed to take it back.
Right.
So I'm confused. So you're not supposed to bring it back to the person who they talked about?
So say you go back to the girl that you like and be like, so you had a great date with so and so, nah, like your relationship's supposed to be separate.
Right. And I think that's what happened until the child's father. I think that was such a big thing that he had to bring it up, no?
So I had brought that up earlier. Why didn't Cam already know about that? That means maybe he ain't even care enough to ask.
Right.
And why bring it up again? Why bring up a terrible time in your life if the dude ain't interested enough to talk about it?
You know what? That's true. And I did ask her, right? I was like, I think what might have happened is that, when people use the term single mother, right? It almost implies that the man is nowhere around. You have no idea where he is. He's never been in the child's life, and it's just you, right? Like, even though technically, if you're not married, you're the single mother, but the way that she uses it is to imply that the man is dead. Right? Anybody else catch that, or just me?
Man.
I can understand where you're coming from. But
she kind of said that's true. She was like, she did everything. It's just him. She said, I don't think about that man. He is non-existent to me because he never did anything. You know what I mean? And that's what I was explaining to her. So I said, maybe the way when she used single mom and dropped it, they probably thought that, he could have not even been alive.
Yeah. So I was looking at it, hearing her explanation from her perspective, and then there was another perspective between the child and the father.
Right. I don't know. Me personally, I feel like if one person called me out on it, me going to the second one, I'm gonna just be like, I'm gonna just put it out there. Like, listen, I don't know if you heard or not, or whatever the case may be. I just want to clarify something because we never discussed it. But, I don't know what you might think or believe or whatever the case may be, but this is the situation,
I would have left it alone. If you're gonna, I'm here to talk about it. You want to talk to me about this? We could talk about it. But if there's no reason to just give you information.
Shit, if y'all all in the same circle talking.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm the type of person, I'm gonna say it before you hear it on the street. Like that's always been my rule. Don't let me hear nothing off the street. You know what I mean? Like, you better bring it to me and let me hear from you.
Yeah. Maybe she don't see it as an issue, so there's no need for her to bring it up.
That's what she say, but that's what I'm saying. But if you have two men and the first man acted that way, shit, I'm gonna just get it out the way. Like, I'm gonna just say it. So listen, you mad too? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what? You know what I mean? Do you care? Do you not care? Like,
Yeah, that made me think of something that made me laugh. Who was it? Deion Cole. I think Deion Cole got caught cheating. And I know it's not the same. But he said two of the ladies caught him cheating. He said, I'm only going to explain it once. Which one of y'all want to hear me out? So, yeah. All right. We good on Cam and Sahara?
Yeah, but I was asking, that was his only kiss, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think so. And
just a little tea. I don't even know. I've been talking so much. I don't even know what's what. I'm trying not to give out spoilers, but she did say it at the dinner. She was like, you and Sahara slept in the room together. Where we thought they made it seem like they ain't sleep in the room together.
Yeah, but we're not there yet. I think that's
my bad.
My bad. That's the final date. And that is true, because that was news to me. Oh, so you did sleep with Sahara. So what we so wishy-washy about?
Right.
All right, but we here with we talking Cam and Rose again, and it just felt, not Cam and Rose, Hussein and Rose. I gotta admit, the way they edited it made it feel cold.
Sure.
It made it feel cold, like almost like he was the executioner. Like he already knew once he sat down where it was going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Another cheap ass hug, Hussein.
What you mean? Why you say it's a cheap hug? Wait, rewind and let me see.
Man, you know when you hug somebody that you want to hug. And Rose looked good too. You're supposed to step into it.
That part.
Yeah, you're supposed to step into it.
Yo, you need a whole course on hugs because I'm like, wait a minute.
No, look at the hesitation. Watch the hesitation. Like, do you want her to be your girl or not?
All of the girls seem to be doing this underarm thing, but I think you said something about that one time, right?
Well, I'll just be playing because I'm a jujitsu. I teach jujitsu, so
okay.
You're supposed to get the underhooks. But there was the hesitation in the hug.
Well,
come on now, go and get your girl. But yeah, it's all right.
Okay. They look so cute, and they said it was pure coincidence.
Who said that?
Them two. You think they plan to wear the stuff on together?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, it did seem like it.
Yeah. Remember, I think it was last week or the week before when they was talking about when Hussein and Rose was leaving the room together. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember I was saying it looked like Hussein had that look of disappointment. Like you spent $400 on a date and all you got was a hug.
I don't remember you saying that. From the vacation?
Right. And when they was packing up and they was leaving the room and somebody had mentioned a wet spot or whatever.
Right.
And Hussein was barely even looking at her at that point. And I was like, I think he's done. I said, I think he's done with Rose.
Yeah.
And then he was like, yeah, the weekend really cleared up a lot of stuff for me or whatever. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, that's when I started saying, like, I feel like Rose gonna get hurt in the end. I seen that look. Been there.
Got you.
I seen that look. Like I know you said we wasn't sleeping together, but you wasn't supposed to really mean that.
That part.
Everybody else got to sleep together. Anyway, but yeah. So I think the one note that I put in here, I said he seems like he wants it to be a bigger issue to make himself feel better. And then I said, why is he worried about the imagery, everyone else's perspective?
Yeah, I think I don't know. What I gathered from talking to both of them, to me it seems like he's very forthcoming with all of his news. He's very transparent in the way that he talks,
That's true.
And I think that that's what he wants from his partner, and that's what he expected. Yeah. And I think that that's what he said from Rose. So when we were on a live, she said, well, why didn't you ask me about where he is? And he was like, you know what? Okay. Oh, wait, sorry. A piece that y'all missing. So we know that Kiara's child's father is in jail, right? And what happened, it seemed like there was a time with them in taping where they were all together discussing it. And it seemed like Kiara was kind of like under the gun a little bit. And what I got from multiple people, not just Hussein, multiple people that were there, was saying that would have been a perfect time for her to say, oh, my child's father is locked up too, right? So they're saying, why did you let Kiara go through that all by herself, right? Because at this point, I guess they're looking at it like they're all a unit, they moving together. they all friends and stuff. So they felt that she was holding it back because Kiara put hers out there. It was exposed. They said that was the perfect time for her to say X, Y, and Z. She said it wasn't the right time. She didn't think about it. She didn't remember it. She don't think about the man. So I think that was something that played its part too, because they like, well, you know, you seen your homegirl go through it. Like, why you didn't just say something right then and there? Like, it wasn't a big deal, but we were openly having a discussion. And then Rose also said that Kiara never told her. She said she heard it through hearsay and it was never a group thing. But I have a few people that were there that said it was a group thing. So I don't even really know.
They tripping.
You know, but it was kind of like one of them things that I think everybody was sharing their backstory, whatever the case may be. And I think they just feel like she held it. And then here it is, boop, right in front of his brother. And then, I mean, you never know. Like, maybe, I mean, what's to say if he don't want certain things in his life? If she would have said it earlier, maybe she wouldn't even have met his brother.
All right, you got a point there.
Yeah.
You know, so some, you know.
Yeah, I mean.
But then in the defense from the live, Hussein said that, I think he said he got locked up before or something. He said he never did jail time, but he got locked up before. So the thing was not about him being in jail. He said he didn't have a problem with that. The thing was the fact that she did not share it. So the transparency and stuff like that, just to clarify for, you know,
Wait,
those
Hussein got locked up?
He said yeah, like, so basically he's saying that I'm not perfect. Things happen. I've been arrested before. I get it. I'm not judging him because of that or judging you because of that. He's saying that it definitely just has to do with you not being forthcoming with the news. So kind of like, what else could you be hiding from me?
Yeah, I mean, I would be saying the same shit if I was him.
All right.
Be honest.
Me personally, it still seemed like there was a lot of feelings with those two. So if they get back together, I wouldn't be surprised.
I might.
You know.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Next.
Yeah, yeah, I would imagine like the fans was disappointed to see something that they thought was gonna grow.
Oh, they were so hurt.
It just felt like a guillotine, like it was quick. You know,
they were so hurt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so here go another thing from the live. What both of them said was that the date that you see with them in the black and the white was after the vault. So he literally said, because I guess she was making it seem like he took me out of his top because my baby father was in jail, this and the other, and never gave me a chance to explain. So he said that he really didn't get she didn't get a chance to explain. They went after the vote where he was like, I think the words he used was like, she's no longer in my top or something of that nature, right? And then after that, they had a date where they made up, you know, where it was like, okay, she explained it, whatever the case may be. He said, cool. They hugged, they embraced, everything was cool. I think they left holding hands from my understanding. Right. But the way that they cut it was that it was before the vault. So now the big thing is who actually sent Rose home. Was it Cam or was it Hussein? Hussein said it wasn't him because they had the vote. He did say what he said, but because they had a date after the vote, then it was all good. But then, you know, he said he didn't know about it. Cam sent her home. and the next morning he came to the set looking for Rose and didn't see Rose, they said that he was really upset about it.
So
yeah, so I could. Oh, go ahead, Paul.
no, I was going to say, damn, I lost my train of thought. Good, bro.
Yeah, so once they have the fellas lounge, they're basically deciding who gonna get sent home.
Mm-hmm.
So the producers got to get together and be like, all right, so who is no longer a connection? And
Yeah.
since Hussein was the one that said, yeah, that's a deal breaker for me, and everybody else was still tight, the producers are like, all right, so now Rose got to go. Who's going to be the one to do it? And Tommy said it himself, like, it got to come from Cam, because Cam is the one who needs to make the decisions. And maybe Cam don't know about that part. And this is just me, you know, Cam may not know about Rose and Hussein's makeup date. All he knows is that producer said, hey, when you go on this date tomorrow, and maybe they don't even tell him that, because you don't really know until you show up. You just kind of have an idea who you're going to have a date with. But once you get there, they'll be like, all right, they got sent home because she's not ready, you know?
Yeah. And I think she said that Hussein was supposed to be the one to send her home, but he said he didn't want to do it. So she think, you know, this is background talk. So she like, he didn't want to do it. So he put it on Cam so he can, I guess, be conscious free or something. I don't really know. But that's how they kind of got into it on the live a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you gotta go through the hard stuff. You know, I sat through with my connection sent me home on our first official date. It ain't cool, you know.
Yeah.
But I was reminiscing. I seen a couple teardrops, and I was like, dang, I've been there, you know.
So, so here's what I'll say. Ready to Love, this show, what they like to do a lot of times, and I know this from experience, is that they'll put you on dates, and like literally, like when we were there, we were changing clothes in the parking lot, going right back in as if it was another men's lounge and all of that stuff, and then going on and then changing clothes again and going directly out on a date like that. So we literally did 3 days, 3 specific episodes, and in 6 hours.
Yeah.
And so like when it doesn't surprise me that they said that date with Hussein winded up being kind of like right after the men's vault or men's room or whatever. That's the deceptive stuff that they do.
Pack for outfits, because we got to talk about the pool, we got to talk about the brunch, we got to talk about day one.
Yes.
You know, bring 4 outfits.
Yep. I used to ride around with a trunk full of clothes.
Yeah. Plus it was COVID, so we didn't have a lot of flexibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, all about having to strip down to your drawers in the parking lot. That ain't what time it is. But I digress.
Made you feel like a real actor sometimes.
Yeah, right.
Change scene. All right. I'm supposed to be upset right now, huh? Okay.
Right.
Let me put on my upset face.
Okay.
Yeah. I think we have the men's vote. If we're done with the Hussein and Rose date, we got the men's vote, and then we have the Rose and Cam date. I didn't put no notes on there. And then I think I saw something. I don't know if it was an exclusive, but there was a special shout out between Tommy when he was talking about his wife, how his wife held him down, and now she ain't got to work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That seemed like a Noop thing, though.
You said what?
He
Can
was
you run
looking
that
out.
back?
I
Who
feel
held
like he
what?
was looking out for him. It was an exclusive. It looked like an exclusive because I don't remember it from this episode, but it was a clip where Tommy is in the men's lounge. Well, not the men's lounge. It seemed like one of the last group dates. And I think he's talking to Taye and Cisco, or the group, but mainly to Taye and Cisco, where he talks about where he started his career, he didn't have nothing. And his wife held him down and got him everything. And now she don't have to work. She don't have to do nothing no more.
Right.
And you can see
He
Cisco
lying. Tommy
get.
ain't
You
making
can
that
see.
kind of money. He lying like
See,
his net worth is $4,000. Quit playing.
you can see Cisco get emotional and all that. We at the Rose and Cam date, I think. So it's the men's vault. Everyone's discussing their connections. And then we got to do Rose, the final Rose and Cam date.
Oh, let's cue it up.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you put somebody in front of Cam, I feel like he's still going to try to bag, you know?
I mean, I'm trying to understand where that bagging energy was at the beginning, because I'm lost. Like it's like all of this kind of like no energy, and then we get to episode 9, and all of a sudden he's got all the ladies. I'm trying to figure out, differentiate how did this happen?
Bro, go back. You can see it from early on. Sahara early. He was trying to get with Deanna early.
I don't think he was trying to get with Deanna, but I did see the Sahara thing and Sahara or whatever, and I was like, okay, they rocking. But like I said, I was thrown for a loop when he's basically he's got all the ladies, on the whole fucking show, and I don't know how we got there.
Honestly, I feel like Angie said I'm from the old school. I'm leaving here with something.
Okay.
That was my take. Angie says she's leaving here with something.
This was the longest season ever, like with this stupid ass breaking between and all that other shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I forgot the first half, and I think they wanted us to forget the first half. That's why they took a hiatus.
Yeah. So what do we think of this final Rose Cam date?
This guy right here, I think there was tension in the room, and I think that Cam was in his feelings about something that didn't have nothing to do with what they was talking about. And I think it could have been, yo, I'm pissed. You wasn't, why was you rocking with Hussein? I thought I bagged you, and he's sitting there, with that energy, and she's probably looking like, well, you wasn't there. And he's like, it don't matter. You're supposed to be over here. And if I said you here, you here. And she disobeyed that order. He was pissed. And he told her, you ain't ready to love. And like the whole energy shifted. Because when you talk, like you can start from a laid back position, but then when you jump up like this, I mean, like, yo, I'm about to really get up in your shit. And I think that's kind of like, where we went to. And you'll see it here, the shift.
I'll tell you. One thing I do know is that eventually everything that you was doing during the season is going to come to the light.
Right.
Either at the house, but eventually the final conversations got to come through on camera. And I think this is just one of their final conversations. Y'all ever play Red Dead Redemption? Where you could go through the game with low honor, or you could go through the game with high honor.
Right.
But eventually, you're going to see your ending is determined by how you went through the journey. And I think, I'm not going to say it was low honor, but I'm gonna say there's some things, like you said, that was unspoken between them, because there's some emotions there.
Yeah.
There's some
Big
emotions. There's some withholding the truth. There's some things that they feel like should have been understood, but without talking through it.
Right.
And that's what I mean by low honor. Like, sometimes all it takes is just being honest. You know, leave the competitive spirit out. Mean what you say what you mean. And at least half of the people who we're seeing right now wasn't doing that.
Yeah. See that energy shift? You know, that tense, I'm about to
that
give
military point, right there. Yeah.
It's a whole big shift right there.
So they're talking without talking.
Right. So that with the words that's coming out of their mouth don't mean shit. What he's saying is, yo, you gonna get these hands. You gonna get these hands verbally.
Yeah.
Just cause.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh really?
Yeah.
Sure.
Basically, I know some things about you. Well, I know some things about you. Well, I know some things about you too. And since we wasn't being honest about it, look where we at. Where it could have been totally different had we just been honest.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. It happens all the time.
Yeah. And I hope like hell, I hope one day, you know, somebody will be sucker free and watch these shows that you and I and that we all do, these reviews, and before they sign that stupid contract, they realize that you're gonna go through some shit. This is not a TV, you know, event for you. You're gonna get some of this bullshit happening, and then, you know, if you ain't got your shit together, if you ain't straight and you ain't on point and you can't be honest about yourself and all of that, they gonna figure a way to get it out on TV, and then it's gonna be a double whammy.
Yeah. So one of the things that I felt was Cam's reaction to the final goodbye. And you could literally see him contemplating the journey. Like, damn, like I feel like so much could have been.
He couldn't even barely
could have been different.
He couldn't barely say you ain't ready to love.
He's like, damn, you know? That's what caught me, like.
He's saying, damn, why did they send me on this mission? Damn, I had to really, you know, cut her. Like some men, a lot of times, men will stay with a woman and don't even want to be there because they don't want to tell them that it's over, you know.
But that's not,
you know. Yeah. Say that again?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, so it seemed like he might have been in that position where, you know, maybe he didn't want to, you know, rock with her all like that, but he at the same time didn't want to be the messenger.
Yeah, this is not the reaction of something that you wanted.
Right. You know, some people love being a messenger. I don't mind it like so much because, you know, it is what it is. You know, I came on there to see heartbreaking ass whoop. No.
Yeah, it's almost like you know, that feeling you get when you know you hurt somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Say that again.
That feeling you get, you know, when you hurt somebody, like, damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, no. That's tough.
Damn, I'm an asshole.
Yep. I've been there.
I never want to be there. I never want to get the how could you face.
So, I mean, so if you were in a serious situation and you had to cut her off, you're gonna just not cut her off, or you want to just be like, yo, hey, listen, this ain't working out so much for me. I mean, I know you might be happy, but not so much for me. And I feel like, I need to prioritize what the fuck's going on in this body. And because of that, this shit's over. You wouldn't do that?
As I matured, I figured it's better
to let them lead you.
To be honest and say it ain't working, as opposed to wasting their time and energy and having them thinking it's something that it ain't.
Right.
And it's not easy, but relationships come to an end sometimes. And it's okay. You could still try to keep, the good parts of what you have.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a firm believer in that. I feel like, I can tell you right now it's going to be over, but I can still be cordial in a way that, we can be friendly. It's hard to cut somebody off and then they have these emotions and shit like, damn, you really just left me though.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you don't have to be so coarse to where know, you're sitting there and you just, tore the lungs, the liver, and the heart right out.
Yeah.
Put on the table.
Right. Because what I wouldn't do is still smash and then get the physical misconstrued with the emotions.
Yeah, I mean, my thing would be like the best way to end is with a quick smash out the door.
No, man.
Yes. No. I'm like,
well,
see what
you mean like I think they call that an exit smash.
Because I mean, you could say
exit sex.
I mean, yeah, it should be, because here's why. You can either realize what you wasn't giving up too much anyway, or
you being silly. But yeah, I've learned a lot in my years.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, that is a hurt piece though, when you have to really own up to the reality and say, yo, this shit is not going very well and it's got to be over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think now Cam still got to decide between Sahara and Angie, and he gonna have to have this conversation one more time, right? I mean, no, he don't. You're right.
Yeah, because I think Angie moved up for Hussein.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm confused with these connections. I'm just all the way just confused. I don't know who got what. Like, I just don't know. How many connections did Cisco ever have? Just one?
Two, right?
He had with Shawnice, but she not there anymore.
So the girl that drew on his body, or he drew on her body, or whatever, that one?
Yeah, that's Shawnice, yeah.
Yeah. And then, see, this, like I said, end of the day, this is not designed for people to love at all. It ain't.
Here's some quick clips from next time. I think next week they are meeting the ladies' families.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. So,
yeah,
we're going to see how that go.
Yeah.
Probably would just go through the emotions again, but we could walk through the different frames from the bridge, because they show the bridge too. And
yeah, let's just jump right to that.
Normally I would have a breakdown, but they made it a whole lot easy because they showed faces. So clearly that's Kiara, right?
Right.
They didn't even make it to a bridge. They was like under a tree.
Yeah. So they're not even trying to hide it. Like normally they hide it. And Jay.
No, they're hiding it with Cam. They're trying to hide it with Cam to see, like, is it going to be Angie and Sahara, or is it going to be Hussein and Angie? And
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, these two are given. But why are they under the tree like that? Like that was so angry. Wait, why
It
he got
makes
on? I just realized he got on a
yeah.
t-shirt.
I know. It's not a suit.
They tell you to wear a suit.
Listen,
Listen.
they told me to wear a suit, and yeah, I feel like this here. If I'm not trying to be the guy to, if you're not trying to lock it in, then don't even put the effort into that shit.
Yeah, it makes it seem like
They should have hid that. They fucked up right there.
so. Who do you think this is?
That's
Angie?
Angie with them light skinned feet. Come on, man.
Yeah. So it's
They
not
wild
Taye.
as hell. But then they
Yeah.
don't. But then they omit Hussein, so he's gonna pop up out of nowhere, right? They didn't show him meet nobody's family and all this other shit. So
Yeah, that's true.
So they're trying to use him as the surprise, but I'm smarter than that.
All right.
Yeah. So here's how it's gonna end. They're gonna show Angie walk in, and then they're gonna show one of two men, probably Cam, closing it off, and then you're gonna see Hussein. Either he's gonna connect or reject. And that's gonna be that. That's gonna look like. But
Hold up.
But Cam is gonna end up going with Sahara, and Cisco's gonna get left by the girl. What's her name? The nurse. The end. This will probably be a boring ass episode. I don't think no sparks or anything crazy is gonna fly out of this.
I don't even know why they having this last episode, to be honest with you. Like, we should just be going straight to the bridge.
Yeah.
No, straight to the reunion. Let's just go there.
And what's up with this seating arrangement right now?
No, but I will say though.
This is the Tommy benediction, and they made us do this on purpose, because they don't want to give away who's who. This is like when Tommy's gonna come in.
That's dumb. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna come running. Hey, this is Tommy, and I told you I was gonna deliver, and da.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we do see Hussein and Angie here,
Right.
but not in the next set of clips.
Right. So typically, when you make it to this part of the journey, this is what they call the final four, right? And this is where you will meet the family and all that other stuff. And then this is the last stop. And then the next thing is the bridge right after this. See, there you go. During this cornball benediction.
All right. Hey, so in the chat, I want to know what y'all thought of this episode and where you think it's going to go and how you feel about Rose being eliminated. Shout out to Rose. It's never easy being told you're not ready to love. I know we say the same thing for every elimination, but hey, welcome to the family. You know?
I told her, don't even worry about it, because there's a lot of single, ready to love men. And then when y'all start getting together and visiting and all that stuff, and then if she want, me and her can ride out and go see Detroit. We can go visit the Detroit cast and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yo, tell the Detroit people to call me, or if they hopefully they didn't hop on the camera or nothing yet. And if the Chicago people thinking about doing the show, please inbox me so I could tell you what the fuck to not do.
Yeah.
Starting with signing the contract.
Yeah. I saw the Lex, I think I saw the put a ring on it post today too from the group in Miami.
You want to apply for it?
Nope. No, I am not. I'm not on the fence about Nothing.
Okay.
I'm
I ain't putting the ring on shit.
All right. Let's close out. Thank y'all so much for joining me, Lex and PO. Thanks for joining me in the chat. Lex, would you like to
And real quick, I will say that I don't know if production did it intentionally, but this episode was needed because I ain't gonna lie, that shit set the group on fire. It set everybody on fire. They've been talking about it ever since it happened. Nobody was expecting Rose to go home. Everybody is Team Rose. You know what I mean? Like the group loves her, but so it is what it's sad that it had to go down this way, but really and truly, Philly needed it. Philly really did need it because it was like straight snooze fest, you know. But anyway, it's your girl Lex Royal. Thanks for tuning in. You can come on over to the group. You know, there is a live in there where I ended up talking to Jay. Jay cut his hair off, so he no longer has the braids. And his skin cleared up or whatever, you know what I'm saying? He said he don't got no problems getting the ladies and everything, you know. So he was cool. He's real cool to talk to. There is another live I did from the Friday because the group was such on fire that I went talking, and then you could see Hussein and Rose in there. And that's how Rose ended up doing her live. I had to take it down because there was a spoiler in there that I had to take down just because of like the contract and all that other good stuff. So I'm trying to edit it and get it back out there to you guys. So you can definitely check out that because it was really cool. She looked so pretty, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not a Rose hater. We don't hate Rose. You know what I'm saying? We just talking to what it is. So, you know, come on, check out the group. We around.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely check that out. And just really quick, is that so that Rose interview, is it easy to find or what? So
well, the first part is up. I gotta put it in pieces because it was 4 hours.
Oh, okay.
You know, so
okay. Yeah, very good. All right, man. Well, yeah, I know what it is.
So wait, every show you got a new item. So last time it was a book bag.
Yeah, so hang on, let me go.
The book.
So this is the Lux sneaker. You know, it's got the herringbone bottoms, supple leather. You know, just something slick.
Some slight.
This is my Bigfoot size though.
You know that there is a guy named Carrie from. I don't even remember where he's from, but he has a his own store. You ever think about reaching out to him and see, like, you know, maybe you could put some things in there? He might be Miami, Houston. I don't remember, but I'm gonna find out for you. But I know I have put some of his stuff up. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay. Nah, but you know, link me with it.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah. So yeah, you know, P. Taylor Lux. This is what I do, man. I design stuff all day. I got you know, there's all kind of stuff in here. Y'all see the website, it's already
You were supposed to add it into the group.
Oh, I am. Yeah.
You owe me a shirtless pic.
Oh yeah, I got that too. I still got to do like 10 more push-ups and that. You know what I mean? I'll be ready to go.
That's funny. Every time you think about doing the shirt, you see yourself in the mirror, you're like, I'm gonna wait.
Right. Wait. You know what I mean?
Wait. Yeah.
Well,
soon.
But yeah, so that's what we're doing right here. Oh, and by the way, hang on, one more last product, and then this is going to be the end of the show and tell. This is the other Lux, 100% calf leather bags. It smells real, you know, leathery over here.
Nice. You know what? You should. I didn't see the back part, but you know, one of the things that I think is good to add on bags now is that thing where you can put it over your hand luggage.
Yeah. That's
fair.
Okay.
Yeah. I finally used the bag like that over the weekend. Perfect garment bag, backpack.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah. No doubt about it.
thank y'all so much for joining. We will be back next week. You'll start to see more content from me. I'm settled in. I have more time on my hands now. I'm gonna look to do personal interviews as well, and I'm bringing back my mental health channel, so you will see some mental health content, possibly from folks that are on the show right now, because a lot of them could use it.
Start with little fingers.
Yeah, I'm gonna start having events at the house and outside events. So I know the channel is called The Life and Times of Tyrone Wilson, so you will be seeing a lot more of Tyrone Wilson. All right, so stay tuned.
Kind of like my shirtless pic that I didn't get.
Yes, exactly like that. About that, it will definitely be before Miami Carnival in October. So at the most 30 more days at the most, Lex.
Yo,
Oh, he's finna act out at that damn carnival.
here we go. Let's get it.
I don't know who the hell let him loose. I'm scared.
So thanks for joining us this week.